Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for February 15th, 16th, and 17th for Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. So that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I like to say that because sometimes my dates get a little bit mixed up, but my days do not. This is for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, they might come out of my mouth mixed up. Okay, so this is the shorter reading. This is the general energy reading. Remember, the longer one is out there. 15th through the 28th. I would suggest that everybody watch that because that's more like the chapter. This is more like the pages. Let's see now. Okay. Oh, as always, because it's the shorter reading, I use my Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards. I have prayed, meditated, infused the cards with Reiki energy, and this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Take what you like, leave the rest. Okay? So let's see what we got going here now. Some cards want to pop. In fact, two cards have, but let's go ahead and cut for that third card. Thank you all for subscribing and for liking and sharing. We just continue to grow, so thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please go below. Please comment. I love to hear the comments, like, share, all of that good stuff, which you know what to do. You know, it's not like I have to say it, but sometimes I do have to say it, I guess. At least I've been told you got to say it. Okay. So the first two cards did come up, but this one is reversed. And this one is Two of Air. And air is, of course, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. And air is something that helps to take fire and make it grow, okay? So air can be used very positively, and it can be used very negatively. So let's see what this says. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. So you have been, Sagittarius, you have been put into a leadership type of energy, okay, where you've known the answers, and I think we talked about this in the last reading. See, a lot of times when I do my readings, it's basically, I give the message and then it's not for me to remember. But I do sometimes remember some of the stuff. And I believe that for you, that we were starting to talk about a little bit more about people, gossiping and being a little bit more, having some jealous energy out there. It doesn't mean you have to pick that up, but at the same time, you need to be, you need to kind of be aware of it because, jealous energy can be it's like I wouldn't be so paranoid if people weren't out to get me. And, that there's a lot of truth to that statement, okay? But what I'm saying, though, is, okay, look at it and be aware of it. It doesn't mean, okay, this is where I'm going to tell you, the mind, the heart, and the spirit, or our spirituality, soul. I'm going to tell, look at it a little bit more on the intellectual side. Look at it without the emotion. Look at it, you're going to have the spirituality. You're going to have that psychic intuition, because you wouldn't be following me or watching me or being part of us if, you didn't have this type of intuition, okay? So but you need to kind of pull out the mind part and look at it and say, now, how should I handle this? Should I ignore it? Should I confront it? Should I be nicer than nice to this person? Should I, or should I not? Well, how should I do it? I can't tell you the total answers for that, except to say, look at it, and use your mind and your spirituality and your intuition with making how you're going to go forward with it. Because yes, there are people that have seen you rising, and they don't like it. And you know what the really weird thing is? That some of these people can actually be people that now I'm hearing management. It doesn't necessarily mean this is in your work, though. It could be that it's in your school, your household, your relationship, whoever has been the more dominant personality in whatever this is, or the dominant role, that they actually may not necessarily be appreciating what you bring to the table. And it's not that what you're bringing to the table is not correct or is not what needs to be done. It's just that they find it threatening to them, okay? So let's go back now to this second card. And this is our Two of Earth. And Earth is, of course, it's our pentacles in the traditional. It is our Taurus, our Capricorn, our Virgo. It's our money. It's our home life. Too much going on at once. It could be our job. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So again, we have two cards here telling you to make a decision and that you don't want to make a decision. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, too much going on, but the need to make a decision. So, so there is a decision that you need to consider at least. I'm not going to tell you to make it, but you need to at least consider it. You need to, and again, I think that's where the mind and that spirituality, your intuition is coming into play. I'm going to tell you to kind of tell your heart to taper it down a little bit. And remember, you are in control of your mind, your spirit, your spirituality, and your heart. It is not your mind is not in control of you. You are the one that can say, okay, you know what, mind, tell me what you think I should do. Okay, spirituality, what do you think I should do? And then you might say, okay, heart, does that feel comfortable to you? You're not necessarily asking your heart what you should do, but you're saying, my mind and spirituality is telling me this. My intuition is what I'm calling spirituality, is telling me this. Can I live with it? Okay? But there is a decision that but again, I'm feeling that there is somebody in a position of authority that, that I'm going to just caution you about that person. It doesn't mean that you go in and say, oh, I know you're against me. Please, like I said, general reading, okay? But it's more a case to just kind of say, play it smart, okay? This last card is reversed. Let's see what it says. This is the Ace of Water. Now, water is, of course, our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluidity, emotions. So with this situation, you've got your air, you've got your earth, you are the fire, and we've got water. So there is a perfect mix of all the elements, okay? Let's see what this one says. Falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, enhanced intuition, a new home. So we've got our two things that we've been talking about, the need to make a decision. The ace is a new beginning, okay? So really, really be very careful about your emotions, that heart. Be very careful about your emotions, because the first thing when I looked at the Ace of Water, I was like, be careful about your decisions, the decision making, because you could be finding yourself looking for something new, looking for a new job, new relationship, new something, okay? Be careful about that. But at the same time, if you play it smart, if you're working with your mind and your spirituality, your intuition, and you ask your heart, can you live with this? I think that actually this may be a new start again for you. This is not to be worrisome, but that's the type of energy, I'm seeing. Remember, water is emotion. Now, I don't necessarily think that it's going to be you that gets emotional, but you are a fire sign, so you can be very passionate. There's a lot of passion with you. It's more a case that maybe the other person may become more emotional. So whatever you do, whatever your decision is, however you present your decision, I would say bring a third party. Bring somebody that's going to watch your back a little bit, somebody that maybe you can trust or that you think you can trust. I hope that you can trust. So, because, this is that type of energy. It's like, you're being, your back is being put to the wall where you have to make a decision. There's going to be there's some jealous energy around you because of how, you've been taking charge. And it could be that maybe there's somebody that was off of work, you stepped in, did a really good job, that person's now back from work, and now it's like, whoa, and they're telling everybody that, oh, well, he didn't do this, and this, and yet you're like, whoa, no. For one thing, I wasn't told to do those things, or I didn't know to do those things. You know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of like, so there's going to be that, but if you handle it correctly, and again, this is energy, so I know that this is going more into kind of a more descriptive type of, so please take my example and apply. I hope that you can, I think that if it's handled correctly, it could actually be something that's going to be for your betterment, because you have been doing such a kick-butt job of being such a leader in whatever this situation is. So, just be aware. Just be aware. It's more be aware energy. Okay, Sagittarius. I actually don't feel like, I just feel like you need to use your smarts and your intuition on this. Okay. So, Sagittarius, as always, know that you are loved and be blessed. Bye-bye.